Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another live stream. And if you're watching live, if you're watching this as a recording, thank you for being here. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at a few altcoins. We'll try to keep it under 30 minutes today. So immediately jumping into the big news right now, Joe Biden steps down from the presidential from his presidential campaign, and he's anointing Kamala Harris as his nominee. So I think it's pretty safe to assume that Trump is going to be taking the W this time around, which is, I mean, it's whatever. The only thing that we get out of it as crypto bros, so to speak, is the fact that he's going to be pumping crypto because he's turning pro crypto all of a sudden, which is a bit weird since he was very much against it a few years ago, because Trump is a very much like an OG guy. He likes the old money, so to speak. He's ingrained into it. So we'll see if he sticks to his word and if we actually have a revolution in the US, because the scrutiny that crypto is going through in the US, and essentially Biden and his administration held crypto in a chokehold. So I didn't care about today's happenings. Well, no, it is important in the crypto aspect. It is important because Biden is one of the reasons why crypto is a big no-no in the US. Well, to some extent anyway. So we'll see if this turns out to be a positive thing for crypto. Let's quickly take a look at Bitcoin because it is reacting to the news. Let's go to the daily chart. It is reacting to the news, but nothing much. Like the assassination attempt provided us a bigger pump than Biden stepping down, which is crazy. But it is what it is. I also added some altcoins into my portfolio. So if you're on Patreon, feel free to check that out. If you're not, there's always a link down below under the video. You have a 7-day free trial and you get access to all of the content that we have there immediately. And then if you like it, you can stay. If not, it is what it is. What's the connection between Biden and crypto? I thought it was unregulated. No, it is very much regulated. I used to be like Trump 2 years ago because I thought it's a scam. I mean, some of it is a scam, but you changed your mind because you saw an opportunity to make money with it. Trump doesn't need to make money with it. That's the difference. He can use it to his advantage, like he's doing right now with his campaign, but like he doesn't need Bitcoin to pump to 120K like we do. Okay, that's like the difference. I mean, we'll see if he's like genuine about it. He does have a few NFT collections, which is okay. He's trying to pander to the younger audience. I get it, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in 2025 after he's elected, because that's what it looks like. That's the most plausible outcome right now. But taking a look at Bitcoin, we looked at it yesterday, but just to quickly revise, we are above the 20 EMA right now, which is the yellow line over here. So the exponential moving average, which gives you the average price based on the previous 20 candles. So as long as we close the candle above the 20 EMA, that is going to be a really, really good sign. Let me just zoom out. So we have this massive channel up pattern. The yellow arrows point to points of contact, and by the looks of things, we should be hitting the green trend line by the end of this bull market, which could be in May 2025, could be in November 2025, like some people are expecting. But if it's May, for example, we're going to be looking at a $250,000 to $60,000 Bitcoin, which, to be honest, I don't think that's possible. So I think with this bull market, we're not going to adhere to the same pattern. So we're not going to get back up to that green trend line like we did back in 2017, like we did back in 2021. We might get to 150,000, who knows, but I would be careful with, setting up expectations above 150,000, because you don't want to be holding your entire bag and then riding it all the way back down to the bear market depths, because then you're stuck for the next few years and it's accumulation again. And we've gone through this in 2022, 2023. We've waited long enough, so now we have to actually capitalize on our entries. And as long as we have more dips, you can keep dollar cost averaging. That's what I'm doing, but of course not financial advice. So Bitcoin's doing okay, hasn't had a massive correction like we had back in 2021, midway through the bull market. For example, here, that was a 55% correction. And over here, this was simply a 27% correction. So this is like half of what we did back in 2021. There could be a correction like this. Okay, so I think we're back now. For some reason, we had an internet shutdown. Let me share my screen one more time. I don't know how long I've been gone for, because I just kept going and no one heard me. It's probably for the last 2 minutes, so not a big deal. Okay. Let me know if the audio is back. Let me know if everything's back. Hopefully it is. Okay. Arif, hello. How are you doing, my friend? Lord Mubarak, I have no request. I just want to tell you that you are doing a great job. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my friend. All right, let's go through the altcoin market real quick. Solana is doing really good. If we go to the 7-day gainers, so we have Radium doing really good. And by the way, speaking of the Solana ecosystem, if we go to the Solanium.io, let me just connect my wallet real quick. So we do have a few projects that are pending whitelist. So Chain Health, UT Guard, that's probably some NFT game that I'm not going to be participating in. Yeah, definitely not. And then we have DYU or DYOR. So if you're staking your tokens on Solanium, you have 3 upcoming projects, and then you have Stainex, which is already awaiting waitlist. I missed this one though. So what's this project all about? Web3 innovation, exceptional membership, and hospitality converge to elevate your travel experience. As a leader in the industry, Stainex seamlessly integrates digital advancements with real-world expertise to redefine the way you explore the world. With our Web 2.5 strategy, we offer exclusive partnerships and corporate collaborations, delivering unparalleled value and savings on hotel and resort bookings. Interesting, like a travel agency, Web 2.5 travel agency. That's interesting. But we missed the boat with that one. It is going to be available on exchanges, of course, once it's listed. So Radium is pumping like crazy. We have a bunch of meme coins going bananas. This Bonk, Pepe, Floki, Dog If What, $2.7 billion market cap. What is this coin? Is it on Binance? Of course it is on Binance. Of course it's going to be on Binance. Let's go to the about. Popular meme dog what if vibes with friends on chain. 2.7, and it's a Solana meme coin. Yeah, so the Solana ecosystem is blowing up for some reason. Look at this. This is a $2.7 billion project, just so you know. Like, what is this? What is this? Oh my God. Like, Pocket Network could be in that spot there. Yeah, as long as we have stuff like this going on in crypto. Injective, 34% up on the weekly. Jupiter, actually I was looking into Jupiter, but I think it's gone up. Yeah, look at that pump. That's just today though. Past 7 days, 84 cents. So we bottomed out July 5th at roughly 65 cents. So we're approaching a 2x right now. I mean, it was an okay entry, I guess. It was an okay entry here. But you still have a chance once it retraces. Feel free to look into Jupiter. Let's look at the token unlocks. Okay, so everything's out, I guess, in terms of the vesting schedule, right? Yeah. So you had February. Yeah, I only had 6 days of unlocks. What? That's really quick. Okay, but they only have like 13.5% out in circulation from the total supply. So they have 10 billion tokens total supply. So look into who's holding all of that. Beam is doing good. We might have to do a video on Beam because I'm getting a lot of requests for that. And Manta as well. We'll do Manta. Mantra is doing really well on Patreon. We entered this thing at 80 cents or so. So essentially $1 billion market cap. Yeah, we entered somewhere here. Yeah, somewhere in here. And then it started pumping as soon as we got in. which for some reason happens all the time on Patreon. Like, I'm not even joking. We get into coins and they start pumping. Not all of them, of course, but there's been a few good instances. Looks like Animal Crossing. I will take a look at Python in a second. So Fetch, which is now ASI, is doing okay as well. It just had the merger recently with between Ocean Protocol, AGIX, and Fetch. So now if you had your AGIX tokens, you had your Ocean tokens, they're probably already swapped on centralized exchanges. I don't know what the situation is with DEXs and your DEX wallets, so look into that before it's too late. But if you're looking to buy into this, $1.50, this is not a bad entry point in my opinion. It's like more than 50% down from the local top in March. And let's take a look at Pyth. 1.3 billion. I mean, quite the correction for Pyth. It's like more than 60% there. It's in Binance, OKX. So what is this? Smart data for smarter contracts. Secure your smart contracts with reliable, low latency market data from institutional sources. Build apps with high fidelity Oracle feeds designed for mission critical systems. So Pyth delivers a real-time market data for crypto. So it's like a data aggregator. Equities, FX, and commodities to 50 plus blockchains, 95 plus major market participants, including Jane Street, CBOE, Binance, OKX, and Bybit contribute to the network. Oh, is this the one that had the airdrop recently? I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that had the airdrop. Let's open up the chart real quick. So essentially still sitting at its, well, not at its bottom prices, slightly up from the bottom there, 55%. So 34 cents is going to be a relatively good entry point. We can set a fib up as well. So we're about to run into the golden ratio here. That lines up nicely with the bottom from May 2024. Just this area over here. So this could simply be a lower high before an eventual correction. So with that next correction, you're going to have a bunch of good entries at 34 cents, 31.5 cents, and then, of course, the 0.236 here on the fib at 28 cents. Make sure to set up your buy limit orders in advance. But it's going to be important for us to hold this as a higher low, so we do not want to go back down to the bottom from July. As long as we print a higher low, that should be fine. Now, on the contrary, if we start breaking above this resistance and the golden ratio, we could be looking at a nice move to 42.5 cents. I mean, if you're looking for a short to midterm trade, maybe this is a good entry for you, but I'd probably wait for a breakout and a confirmation. That's a 16.6% trade. If you're just buying for the long term, you could start building your position over here, and then if you start dropping back down to 34 cents, enter once again, and so on and so forth. So the lower you go, the more you buy, essentially. And we could set up a fib on a larger fractal. So with this Fibonacci retracement, we're looking at a minimal target at $1.75 or 79 cents if this high is going to be topped. So we have to get back up to $1.16 and break that resistance before we can start looking at anything else. But it looks interesting. It's got a lot of partnerships. If it's working with 50 plus blockchains already, that's pretty good. Every feed on every chain, each of Pyth's 450 plus price feeds are available on 50 plus supported blockchains at the same performance. Get accurate high frequency data no matter whether you choose to build on EVM or Cosmos. Seamlessly scale your application to additional blockchains. Interesting. Add this to my watch list. Let's take a look at Render. I missed out on Render. Like, I wish I got into Render earlier, but that's fine. Hopefully the next bull market or the next bear market will have a chance. Yeah, I should have been getting here at like $1. That was an optimal entry point. And then, of course, you had this brutal bear market in 2022. So you had a good year to accumulate below $1 and slightly above it. Now that it's sitting at $7, I would probably avoid it, to be honest. It's just not worth it. $2.8 billion market cap. Now, if you want to get it as a safe high cap altcoin, sure, maybe you can get it and just expect a few X's, because you do need some good coins, some stable coins, or not stable, but because you want to be putting stable coins into that. But something that is definitely not a scam. And Render is definitely a powerful project. I wonder how many followers they have on Twitter. 185, yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at the price action real quick. And again, if you entered Render, then congratulations. All right, let's go to the weekly. Now, we covered Render a few times already. So essentially what's happening right now is on our Elliott wave structure, we're looking at a wave 4 bottom, which maybe has already played out. So we're starting our wave 5, and that wave 5 could potentially take us to $40 or so. That's our 1.618 target. So what happened here is we had our top from December 2021. That's where it listed on Binance. We crashed from there, started, our wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, which is the biggest wave of the structure. And then the wave 4 almost bottomed out on top of this December 2021 local top. So that's a good retest of previous resistance as support. So technically we're doing really well on the chart. So we just need to see that one last burst to, approximately $40. I would not hold the entire bag until $40. It probably dollar cost average out. You could take a look at 15, $20, $25, $30, $35, and just, have your average exit at like $25 to $30, which is still going to be okay, especially if you bought at, 50 cents. That's quite a lot. So if your average is going to be 25, that's a 5,000% move to the upside. So make sure to avoid the greedy emotions that you're probably going to get during the hype phase or the last sort of leg up of this bull market. The weekly RSI recovered almost exactly to its bottom there. Okay, so that was a touch of resistance in October 2022. We broke above it, retest of support in August last year, and then once again, July 2024, we're back in that same block. So Render is doing really well on the chart. And if you want to be entering, right now is a really good point. It's just that I wouldn't be entering it myself. However, if you're still looking at Render as a potential buy, then of course, look at $7, and anything below that is a really good buying opportunity. Michael, I don't know how to say your last name. Yesiek or Yesiech? Not sure. We're going to take a look at Eagle. Now, full disclosure, I do own Eagle, and I am staking it on the Ledger Live app. But to be honest, it's not doing as well as I'd like it to do. We haven't even broken above the August 2022 high, which, if you've been watching my videos for quite a while, you know that that was an important point for a lot of altcoins that were sent into their bear market bottoms after that retracement. So you had the Terra Luna crash in 2022, and then you started having a brief retracement. And that rejection point is going to be a very, very strong resistance level for us to break. And we can clearly see that with the local tops in December 2023 and March 2024, both times getting rejected from that exact same level. Because what happens is when people are in disbelief, they don't believe the bull market is over, they keep buying, and any small retracement is going to essentially make them believe that we're back on track and everything's good, we're out of the woods. And they keep buying. And the people that bought here at $67 are probably some of the ones that were selling here at $67 and $70 because they wanted to break even, just get out of it after like a long 2-year wait time and be done with it. That's probably what happened in to an extent. And not only with Eagle, this happens with a bunch of different altcoins. This is just basic human greed. So it's expected. But with our next leg up, we are hopefully going to be breaking above this resistance. Let's set up a fib real quick. So we're looking at $73 as our local top on this fractal and our bottom at 28.5. And then the 1.618 is going to be sitting at $131. But that's, of course, if you break above your top there in December 2023. Then we're going to be looking at our technical target at 131. So if Eagle doesn't perform as well as some of the other altcoins by the end of this year, so let's say Bitcoin sitting at 100K, you have all of the other altcoins at their all-time highs or even above their all-time highs, and let's say Eagle is sitting at $150, then we should definitely be readjusting a strategy. We should be expecting to take profits much earlier. And then, of course, we shouldn't be expecting any prices above the all-time high. So that's something important. You want to be able to adjust and readjust midway through, because if things change, if something happens, you don't want to be sitting there and saying, well, I'm waiting for Eagle to hit $1,000 just because it's a nice price. I mean, it is a nice price, but you don't want to hold your entire bag until $1,000 because that could take years from here. And if you're okay with that, that's fine. But I think most people here would like to take profits and get ready for the next bull market by having some dry powder for the upcoming bear market. So we'll see how Eagle does. Right now, you have a bunch of good buying opportunities for Eagle. You had a nice support level here at around $28.50. And then you broke through $31 here in June. And right now we're running back into our purple resistance block. So we've ran into it back in July 2023, so a year ago. Then we broke above it, had a back test in May this year, and then we broke below it once again. So we need to get back above the purple block and the 20 EMA for us to be serious about talking about some targets to the upside. Before that, it's just going to be going sideways. This is just a short-term downtrend that we have here, and we have to be patient. So we'll have to see how Eagle performs, and then once we break our August 2022 high, we can start talking about those targets to the upside. Until then, we just have to wait. There's nothing we can do. Eagle did a price prediction on Moon River, predicting going to $900 next year. What do you think, BS, right? I mean, yeah, $900 sounds a little bit too much, again, it depends on what Polkadot 2.0 does. Like, we can't, discount anything just because it doesn't sound realistic, because you're never going to predict something going, up 5,000% essentially. But if Polkadot 2.0 performs well, we have lots of demand coming. We have, teams coming on to the blockchain and they start building on Polkadot. And then that's going to mean that Kusama and Moonriver and Moonbeam are all going to have more attention, more eyes on the projects. That means more money, more volume. That means higher prices for us in terms of the coins. But if that doesn't happen, then we might not even see a $500 Moonriver token. So that's an important thing to understand. We have to see what the team does with the up-and-coming Polkadot 2.0 integration. And until then, these $900 price predictions are just they're just BS. Because probably he has a massive bag himself. I don't know who CoinEagle is, to be honest with you. Like, let's take a look at CoinEagle. Never heard of this person. CoinEagle. Who is CoinEagle? I don't see anyone named CoinEagle. I don't see anyone named CoinEagle, so yeah. I'm not sure who you're talking about. But regardless, that's what I think on Moonriver. I do hold Moonriver. Full disclosure, I have Moonriver, but I'm not expecting $900. It's a little bit too much in the current environment. Because let's take a look at the Coin Perspective website real quick. So let's take a look at Moonriver and let's take a look at a potential $900 price. So that's a $8 billion market cap, which is not crazy. It's not crazy, but why would Moonriver have an $8 billion market cap in the current environment? If something changes, sure, 900 is doable. 74x from the current values, I'm all for it. But we'll have to wait to see what Polkadot 2.0 does to its ecosystem. It was a CoinMarketCap news article. Okay, makes sense. And anyone joining late, you can start from the scratch or from the very, very beginning. We covered a few altcoins already, and we're going to take a look at one last one, and we'll start wrapping up, because we want to do a shorter live stream. DSLA, so full disclosure, I don't have any DSLA anymore. My patrons were advised on when I sold the tokens. And I think it was somewhere around here. I think it was somewhere around April. Yeah, because the team essentially, like, nothing's happening with the project essentially, and we're losing our January 2023 low, which was our bear market low. So things aren't looking good for DSLA at the moment. Doesn't mean it's not going to pump from here. Doesn't mean it's not going to get back up to, let's say, 0.005, which would be 11x from the current values. But I just decided to move my funds into a different asset is all. $2.5 million market cap. Like, if you want this to be like a 1 in a million low cap that's potentially going to do 100x for you, sure, look at it. But I would be careful with just putting too much money into low caps. Yeah, pretty much nothing's going on here. We'll see if things change with DSLA. I might get back into it, but as of right now, I put my money into I switched into a different project. But taking a look at the price action, if you're getting into it, let's say if you're bullish on the project, there's no reason why you wouldn't be buying right now, because these are our bear market low prices. These are our all-time low prices, even because the token was listed back in April 2021. And the RSI once again is sitting close to where it was back in September 2023. So it could be a good buying opportunity. But then again, I'm not saying we can just continue, going down the drain from here. There's no demand. And there is quite a bit of selling pressure above. Look at this. Lots of people have orders set up. So we're getting lots of wicks to the upside. Yeah, so I decided to get out of DSLA. Clearly missed the memo. Don't have a large bag, but notice it's performing. But yeah, I mean, good for me is the good thing for me was that I sold it pretty much at the same price I entered at, I think, with minimal profit. But as soon as I did that, of course, I notified the patrons. But that's going to be it for this live stream. Thank you all for joining. Sorry for the technical difficulty we had midway through. Just to wrap this up, Bitcoin's doing well. Looks like Trump's going to take the W in the presidential elections. And is that going to be a good thing for crypto? Possibly, at least in the short term. And it's all, looking like it's as if it's been planned out in advance, right? We have our next leg up and coming, and the elections are just perfectly going to be at the exact same time. Then we have, the SEC dropping a bunch of their lawsuits, and they're going to stop pursuing a bunch of projects. So this is a good thing for crypto, at least in regards to this bull market. What happens after the elections and what are going to be the regulations that Trump imposes on crypto, that's yet to be seen, and we'll react to it when we have more information on that, essentially. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and take care.